God's message: lean in with your whole spirit. What is arriving for you has already been written in quiet light. A presence has been circling your life like dawn at the edge of a closed curtain, patient and sure. Tonight, the curtain begins to move, and the first line of your new chapter starts to breathe. You felt it as a low hum behind your ordinary moments, a soft pull in your chest that refuses to fade. Their steps align with yours in the maps of coincidence, like threads weaving together. The world may disguise this as chance, but heaven nods with a knowing smile. Subtle signs follow you like a lantern by your side, a name that appears when least expected, a color that keeps repeating, a lyric that arrives just at the right time. The rhythm builds in silence until you realize that silence itself is singing. Your story hasn't stalled, it's being tempered. The waiting molds your heart into a vessel that carries commitment without spilling. Your longing stretches your capacity, so the blessings can land and stay. Type Amen to receive this blessing. You've carried promises across long evenings, and you never dropped them. That endurance is your signature, your unseen crown. Now, that crown shines for the one who recognizes it without being told. They have moved through their own training, far from your eyes but close to your destiny. The friction they've faced has polished their edges, allowing them to hold you without cutting. Their mistakes have transformed into humility, which in turn has blossomed into wisdom that will guard your future. Your heart is not mere furniture in a crowded room, it's a sanctuary with a single open door. Only the right soul knows how to enter without force. Only the right voice knows how to speak within without causing harm. A slow courage rises in them, like a tide that refuses to recede. They're ready to choose with both hands and feet. They're ready to love in a way that doesn't tremble or run. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment: I receive this promise. The path ahead is not a maze, it's a corridor lined with confirmations. The first confirmation stands in a familiar place that suddenly feels brighter. The second confirmation arrives in words that seem like your own thoughts, but calmer. Your chest will feel lighter the moment they appear, as if a small gate opened inside you. Your breath will deepen, as if your body knew what your mind had not yet realized. Peace will sit beside you like an old friend who never left. They've noticed what others missed. They saw the steadiness you maintained when no one was applauding. They saw the way you keep your promises, even when no one counts. Respect comes before love in this story, and the respect is already there. Trust follows respect like a river follows a carved bed. Love flows last, not because it's slow, but because it carries weight. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment: I am ready for aligned love. Their eyes carry a quiet vow they rehearsed in private. This vow sounds like every door locking behind you, not in fear, but in safety. It sounds like a house that stands firm through every season. The future reaches back for you now, touching the places you've hidden and the places you've outgrown. It honors what you've survived, without demanding that you relive it. You will not fold smaller to be chosen. You will not dim your gifts to make someone else comfortable. You will not pretend your calling is a hobby. The person coming toward you cherishes the flame within you instead of fearing it. They bring wood instead of water, tending the fire with reverent hands. Together, you will warm rooms that once felt cold. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I accept the divine timing. There is a table being set with names on place cards. Your card rests beside theirs, and the script feels like a signature from home. No one else fits that seat without making the whole table tilt. Doors will open quietly, as alignment falls into place. Travel becomes simple. Schedules fit together like puzzle pieces. The universe stops arguing and begins assisting. You'll hear your laughter sound different in their presence. It will feel fuller, like a bell finally hung in its rightful tower. It will echo into the coming days, fresh in the morning light. Your friends will notice the calm that drapes over you like evening shade. Your work will grow deep roots because the soil of your life is less disturbed. Your sleep will deepen, as your spirit no longer needs to be on watch. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I anchor this blessing now. They've watched you honor small duties when no spotlight was available. That sign moved them the most because they understand that small faithfulness becomes a large shelter. They choose you not for your performance, but for your substance. Your name sits on their tongue like a prayer learned by heart. Your presence steadies their pulse, even when you're not in the room. You've desired a love that inspires, not drains. You wanted a partnership that multiplies strength rather than borrows it. You craved a home that feels like clarity, not negotiation. This is the answer unfolding toward you now, segment by segment. The pages turn without tearing, and the binding is strong enough to last a lifetime. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I welcome holy partnership. Archangel Michael says, your name is spoken in rooms you haven't entered. The right ears are tuning in with honor. The right hearts are preparing to hold you with steady care. The promise didn't skip you, it circled until you were ready to embrace it. The promise didn't forget you, it waited for both paths to intersect smoothly. It didn't expire, it matured into something richer than your first dream. Security arrives as a practice before it becomes a plan. You are practicing this now, by staying present in this moment and by releasing comparisons that never carried your signature. They are practicing too, learning to speak from the center rather than the edges. They seek wise counsel, listen, and place their ego behind their devotion. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I stand in this alignment. A gentle unveiling begins with shared truth. Their history is not a storm to fear, it's a map to read together. Your compassion meets their courage, creating a bridge. Communication becomes a sanctuary, not a battlefield. Words become tools for building, not weapons to score points. You both agree that silence will not become punishment. Boundaries are sacred walls that keep the garden safe. You honor them without apology because protection is love in action. The garden flourishes because the walls are healthy. Your work expands under the blessing of this union. Their support lifts your projects like wind at your back. Your encouragement sharpens their focus like light on a lens. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I choose healthy love. The familiar ache that once followed you like a small shadow begins to fade. It fades not because you ignore it, but because love keeps the lights on. It fades because you no longer rehearse loss. You've lived for years with your shoulders half raised, as if expecting a drop. You can lower them now because this roof holds firm. You can breathe freely without bracing. Family patterns that once tugged at your ankles lose their grip. You bless what you came from, without repeating what hurt you. You step forward with grace, not guilt. This bond becomes a turning point in your bloodline story. The chapter that begins with you writes differently for those who come after. The echo of your choice travels further than your voice. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I end cycles and begin a legacy. You recognize them by how your nervous system responds. It quiets, not from numbness, but from recognition. It brightens, not from hype, but from truth. The days begin to carry a steady hum of gratitude. Gratitude becomes the atmosphere you both breathe, guiding you through conflict without getting lost. Your home becomes a place where creativity stands barefoot in the kitchen, where ideas gather with tea at the table. Solutions come, as pressure isn't the only engine. Friends who love you cheer, seeing the glow. Mentors smile, recognizing the growth. Heaven nods because it sees the agreement. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I seal this with gratitude. The next months unfold like a long-awaited letter finally opened. Each paragraph reveals details you once imagined in fragments. Now, those fragments assemble into a clear picture that stands by itself. Promises turn into plans with dates and addresses. Plans turn into lived days filled with music and sunlight. Lived days become cherished memories you don't rush past. You stand at thresholds hand in hand, and the door frames bless you as you cross. You hang art reflecting the peace inside your bones. You build rhythms that support the work of your hands. Your laughter becomes the soundtrack to ordinary errands, and your tenderness is the weather inside your rooms. Your integrity is the architecture that keeps everything upright. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I claim peaceful days. The person coming toward you does not just admire your light, they protect the power source. They understand that love is stewardship, not consumption. They treat your soul like a living flame. They know that the right hug can reset an entire day, and that the right sentence can calm a storm without thunder. They know that the right silence can hold space without withdrawing. You will discover adventures that don't require chaos. You will find rest that doesn't require escape. You will see growth that doesn't demand self-erasure. This is the partnership that turns purpose into a duet. This is the alignment that makes effort feel easy. This is the love that keeps its promises, even when the room is empty. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I welcome effortless alignment. Your finances breathe easier under shared wisdom. Decisions are made with clarity, not panic. Investments are chosen patiently, not impulsively. You both honor generosity as a lifestyle that never empties you, and you respect savings as a promise to your future selves. You treat opportunities as doors that open when character knocks. Travel becomes a meaningful thread in your life's tapestry. You gather moments, not trophies, you collect understanding, not souvenirs. Your calendars honor what matters most. Conversations end with softness, even when you disagree. Nights conclude with warmth, even when the day was heavy. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I align my resources with purpose. Your past loves you for the lessons it taught. Your present cheers for how you show up. Your future loves you for saying yes to growth. The person arriving does not rescue you from your life, they join you in a life that already holds worth. Together, you magnify that worth until it fills every corner. Your standards remain high without becoming a prison. Their devotion stays strong without scorching. Together, you cultivate balance that feels like music in your bones. The mirror starts to tell the truth again. You look and see someone sturdy, tender, and free. You recognize the one they already love. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I embody this truth. You will notice how time feels longer and kinder together. Even difficult hours stretch enough to be manageable. Moments of sweetness sustain you for the next day. Projects you postponed begin to flow gracefully. Doors you thought were closed will yield with a gentle push. People who forgot you will remember with kindness. Compassion becomes your household policy, and accountability becomes a shared language. Celebration often visits, knowing the way in. Forgiveness flows without bargaining away dignity. Repair occurs quickly because pride doesn't sit at the head of the table. Joy returns swiftly because you keep the path clear. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I keep the path clear. There's a sacred ordinariness in how this unfolds. It doesn't require spectacle because the substance is solid. You both choose modesty without hiding and brilliance without boasting. You choose tenderness without fragility and strength without hardness. You choose maturity without losing wonder. This is not a sprint toward a finish line, it's a pilgrimage that blesses every mile. Each step marks the ground that stays holy behind you. Each mile writes a new stanza in your shared song of life. You'll look back and see the thin places where heaven touched earth. You'll look forward and see stable horizons inviting bold planning. You'll look around and find community reflecting your values. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I walk this pilgrimage with peace. Your dreams recalibrate under the light of dependable love. They become clearer, braver, and kinder. They shift from escaping pain to expanding goodness. Mentors, elders, and trusted friends confirm what you already know. Guidance arrives at the right fork, and provision meets you at the exact bend. You become the person you once prayed to meet. You hold your heart with the same reverence they do. You refuse to abandon yourself, even while you give deeply. The bond becomes a shelter that others can stand under for a moment without getting wet. It becomes a lighthouse guiding you both in the fog, a hearth turning strangers into guests. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I become what I seek. Seasons pass, and love remains steady like a faithful tide. You navigate holiday noise and weekday quiet with equal grace. You find reasons to smile when no camera is near. Your bodies learn each other's languages with patience. Your habits interweave without nodding. Your rituals anchor the weeks with meaning. You plant small traditions that reach tall. Everyday objects gain stories. Ordinary places gain soul. The years hum with continuity that feels like home. You are pursued without pressure and held without haste. You are seen without scrutiny and cherished without condition. You are chosen without expiration. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I receive a love that lasts. Soon, there will be a moment when your hands touch, and both timelines align. The sound is quiet, almost private, like a key meeting its lock. After that, movement flows naturally, not negotiated. Announcements happen in their own time, not the world's time. You reveal what is precious with the discernment of guardians, protecting roots while branches begin to show. You craft plans on paper and in each other's hearts. The paper holds the logistics, the hearts hold the reason. Home becomes sacred ground, guarded with joy. Work transforms into meaningful service offered with excellence. Rest becomes holy leisure that restores you both. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I honor roots and reveal fruit wisely. You forgive the versions of yourself who didn't know how to wait without worry. You bless the versions that kept moving anyway. You celebrate the version standing here with open hands. This love does not repeat the past, it redeems it. It does not imitate old pain, it heals it. This love does not compare, it commits from within. Celebrations arrive softly and remain long. Meals taste richer because laughter seasons them. Music sounds warmer because hearts are open. Your story becomes a witness for others that wholeness is possible. Your presence reminds others that steady love exists. Your eyes become a place where someone else can rest. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I live as a steady witness. Archangel Michael says, the seal over your future is breaking open. The warmth of your faith and focus is softening the wax. The scroll unrolls without tearing, and every line favors your name. You do not chase what is walking toward you, you prepare room with quiet dignity. You keep your table set with hope and wisdom. The days ahead will bring introductions that feel like remembering. The alignment is simple. The clarity is clean. The timing is kind. The first embrace will feel like a sentence finally ending with the right period. You will sleep through the night and wake without dread. You will work through the day and finish without depletion. You will love through the years and grow without losing yourself. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I prepare room and keep it ready. Your heart learns a new rhythm that does not rush. Your voice learns a new tone that does not plead. Your eyes learn a new light that does not strain. You learn to express your needs without fear of losing. You learn to hold their needs without fear of drowning. You learn to co-create without competition. The promise extends beyond romance into purpose. You become partners in building, healing, and uplifting others. You become the kind of pair that leaves places better than you found them. Your life becomes a quiet resonance heard by those who need courage. Your home becomes a soft lamp seen by those who seek direction. Your love becomes a steady drum that helps others keep time. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I co-create with love. The one who claims your heart does so with presence, not pressure, with consistency, not performance, with reverence, not possession. Your future is not being borrowed, it is being built, brick by brick, trust by trust, choice by choice. The foundation is already level. Heaven keeps watch and smiles at the sight. Earth makes room and aligns the path. Your spirit nods, saying, "At last." The story does not end in union, it begins there. Every chapter deepens the meaning of the word home. Every page confirms that you both were right to say yes. Type Amen to receive this blessing. God's message, Archangel Michael says, lean closer to this moment. A quiet turning is underway inside your timeline. The wheel that once creaked now moves smoothly, and your name glides along its rim. A decisive hour places itself gently in your hands like a living ember. The air around you carries a finer texture, as if reality has been freshly pressed. Rooms you enter seem to welcome you before anyone speaks. Even your reflection looks steadier, as though it knows something kind is approaching. Across town, their resolve tightens with patient grace. They practice the language of devotion until it sounds like their mother tongue. They prepare to speak with actions needing no translation. A private courage rises in your chest like the sun climbing a hill. Your feet feel guided, but not pushed. You feel held, but not restrained. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I receive this unfolding with peace. You will notice how invitations arrive without noise and land with certainty. A day gets circled, a place gets chosen, and everything falls smoothly into alignment. You will feel the signature of rightness in the simplicity of it all. The meeting doesn't owe the world a spectacle, the substance is already here. A familiar doorway becomes a sacred gate when love stands on both sides. Even the floor seems to understand it is witnessing a promise begin. Your breath finds a rhythm that keeps time with your future. It moves gracefully, without stutter. Your body recognizes safety and responds with ease. They reach for your hand with reverence, like a prayer finally allowed to touch earth. Their eyes hold a calm that makes decisions feel safe. Their voice carries steady warmth, turning rooms into homes. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I am ready for steady love. You've planned for a love that carries responsibility without losing tenderness. You've asked for devotion that guards the spark instead of consuming it. Now, that devotion stands within reach, ready to build a life. The blueprint of your union has been drawn with small, faithful habits, like sharing morning coffee and calendars, honest check-ins, and joyful problem-solving. Purpose gathers its tools near your footsteps. Your projects feel lighter because two hands work better than one. Their focus sharpens your vision, and your kindness extends their reach. Your home hums with peace. Cupboards close softly, conversations end warmly, and even silence is a welcome guest, not a cold stranger. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I anchor peace in my home. You bless your past for making you clear about what you will allow. You bless your present for teaching you to hold good things without bracing for loss. You bless your future for choosing consistency as its backbone. Preparation becomes an atmosphere, not just a task. Drawers make space, schedules shed what no longer serves, and your nervous system thanks you for the room. You decorate first with clarity and second with color. Circles that matter will sense your glow before any announcement. Their eyes will soften because they can recognize a true shelter when they feel it. Approval is not the goal, but mutual agreement becomes a gift. Ordinary days begin to sparkle with certainty. Errands feel lighter, thanks to companionship. Nightfall feels kind, as prayer becomes a shared pillow for your souls. Type Amen to receive this blessing. Comment, I welcome kind routines and true rest. Archangel Michael says, a seal that guarded this chapter has yielded to your endurance. The wax gives way under the warmth of your faith and disciplined choices. The scroll rolls out in clean lines that favor your name. In a room chosen for sincerity, they will speak with presence and proof. Their words will match their calendar. Their tone will match their footsteps. Their eyes will match their vow. You will feel claimed but not owned. A simple token may change hands to mark a complex promise, be it a ring, a letter, a key, or a plan complete with dates that never waver. Whatever form it takes, the meaning is the same, permanence. You will write the first pages of a new shared ledger. The entries will read like shared meals, shared budgets, shared mornings, and shared victories. The math will honor generosity, and the margins will honor wisdom. Type Amen to receive this blessing.